This is a very important exercise which helps us identify our strengths and weaknesses to prepare for emergencies that may come up in the future.
Well, welcome to the 2020 Tallahassee International Airport full-scale exercise. This is an event that we do every 3 years. We couldn't do it without you guys. This is something that is tied to our operating certificate. It's a regulatory requirement for us.
Today's exercise is a drill that we do every 3 years. It's a regulatory requirement that we have from the FAA, and it helps us to keep our operating certificate to allow commercial air service to provide service to Tallahassee. Today's exercise was a mock-up of a 737 crash. It was a flight that was arriving in Tallahassee. As the aircraft was on approach and touched down, it was in bad weather and it didn't have quite enough runway left. We set that scenario up for the people as they're getting ready to come out to the crash site. The moulage is where they put makeup and injuries together on people so that it looks like they've actually been involved in a plane crash. We give them cards that have what kind of injuries that the individual may have. It also tells who might be picking them up at the airport, who maybe they were traveling with, to include a whole lot of different scenarios.
Exercise. We have alert 3 in progress. 737 type aircraft that's crashed at taxiway Alpha 3 in Delta. All units, please respond.
Go!
We have all kinds of victims, anywhere from those that are slight injuries all the way to those that didn't make it in the crash and were deceased. EMS and fire come in and they conduct triage. As they triage the people, then they will sort them and then evaluate them based on their injuries and then treat them and transport them as such.
I have a severe head injury and some confusion.
I am a deceased 45-year-old male with a crushing abdominal injury. Here.
My character was a 19-year-old female traveling home from a brain bowl competition and bled out and died tragically.
I'm here to help the volunteers, and easy job being dead. I am the pilot.
The Tallahassee Fire Department does have a fire station here at the airport, so it's really mission critical for us to be prepared if something is to happen. In real life, these scenes are going to be very chaotic, and our guys are trained to respond, how to mitigate the situation, and make sure that everyone remains safe and get it taken care of as quickly as possible.
We have a piece of it that goes on over in the terminal for the family and friends, and then a piece out here on the airfield, which are the crash victims.
737, it was Flight 13. There were 65 passengers on board, and they can account right now for 64. So we're still trying to locate the additional person.
The American Red Cross is supporting the Family Assistance Center, and what we're doing right now in the room is supporting the families. We become an advocate, a convener of resources, and someone to work with the family while they're waiting for further information. We're going to be providing things like mental health care, spiritual care advocacy, mass care supplies like snacks, meals, water, that sort of thing, while they're waiting on information from the airlines and other official agencies. We often stand in the gap to provide comfort for them during that time.
We have the different actors in the exercise from the different air carriers here locally, and either evaluate or observe. They bring their staff out. As a result, they get to touch base with a lot of the emergency responders that they may not otherwise come in contact with. That kind of is a game changer when you're in the middle of a real event and it's someone that you've worked with in the past and you understand what the response is going to look like.
What we saw here today was 30+ agencies working together to see what we can do better in the event of that next emergency that we may encounter.
Very interesting, educational, very informative, gives you a different perspective, a different admiration for our first responders, definitely.
We really appreciate all the volunteers that have come out to be a part of this exercise, all the different support agencies. We certainly couldn't do it without them, and we greatly appreciate their support of the exercise.